Okay. So I was on mute. I wasn't aware. So I'll have to start the entire thing again, but no problem. So welcome to Studentink, right? I hope all of you are doing great. I am Lakshita. And abhi exams are around the corner, hum sabko pata hai, isn't it? And now that exams are around the corner, we need to get ourselves really backed up. क्योंकि हम लोगों ने ये जो हमारा पूरा सीरीज था जिसमें हम ऑनलाइन एग्जाम्स देते जा रहे थे, वो पूरे सीरीज के अंदर हम लोगों को जो ऑफलाइन एग्जाम्स बैठ के देखने वाला जो प्रोसेस था, वो सारा प्रोसेस हमारा खत्म हो गया। तो अभी फिजिकली जब हमें एग्जाम लिखने आने जाने, मतलब हम लोग जब जाएंगे एग्जाम्स लिखने, सो वी आर गोइंग टू गेट वेरी स्केर्ड, राइट? सो वो जो स्केर्ड हमारा फीलिंग है, उसे हटा के वी नीड टू गेट आवरसेल्फ प्रेप्ड अप। ओके, एंड टू गेट आवरसेल्व्स प्रेप्ड अप, हम लोग स्टूडेंटिंग स्पेसिफिकली आप लोगों के लिए क्रैश कोर्स लेके आए। उस क्रैश कोर्स के अंदर स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 4th स्टैंडर्ड टिल 10th स्टैंडर्ड आपके सारे इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स जो हैं वो कवर किए जाएंगे। डिफरेंट क्लासेस आर शेड्यूल्ड फॉर डिफरेंट किड्स, सो मेक श्योर आप हर क्लास अटेंड करें, एक भी क्लास मिस ना करें, क्योंकि अगर आपने एक भी क्लास मिस कर दिया तो आपका जो प्रोसेस है, राइट, वो जो प्रोसेस जो आपका लर्निंग कर्व है वो टूट जाए। और अभी हम सबको बहुत सारे मार्क्स चाहिए, राइट? नहीं तो सबके पेरेंट्स डांटेंगे। ओके, सो और इट ऑलवेज लुक्स गुड जब अच्छे मार्क्स आते हैं, तो रिपोर्ट कार्ड में भी हमें भी देख के अच्छा लगता है। इट इज नॉट जस्ट अबाउट पेरेंट्स, राइट? सो इस क्रैश कोर्स के थ्रू हम लोग अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करेंगे ताकि हमारे जितने भी आगे आने वाले एग्जाम्स हैं उन सब में हम हमारे हाईएस्ट मार्क्स लेके आ सकते। ओके, सो मैं एक बार आपके साथ जल्दी से स्क्रीन शेयर करके ये बता देती हूँ कि आप ये सारे जो भी क्रैश कोर्सेज हैं और जितना भी हम लोग अलग से भी जो भी कोर्सेज शेयर करेंगे, वो सब आप कहाँ पे जाके एक्सेस कर सकते हैं। यू ऑलरेडी नो द ड्रिल, तो मैं रिपीट नहीं कर रही हूँ। लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब वाला प्रोसेस आप सबको ऑलरेडी पता है, सो मेक श्योर यू डू दैट। एंड द अदर पीसेस कि अगर अभी तक आपने लिंक शेयर नहीं करा है अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ, तो आप जल्दी जल्दी कर दीजिए। ओके, सो आई टिल द टाइम आई क्विकली शेयर द स्क्रीन एंड शो यू। So over here, this is what the Octopod Studentink logo looks like. Okay, so जब आप यहाँ पे जाके इसे क्लिक करते हैं, so you will get down to this page। यहाँ पे ये जो Studentink है, अगर आप किसी स्कूल से एसोसिएटेड है तो यहाँ पे आपके स्कूल का नाम आएगा। अदरवाइज आप पोस्ट सेक्शन पे आ सकते हैं डायरेक्टली। ये पोस्ट सेक्शन के अंदर जितनी भी पोस्ट्स हैं आप वो सारी पोस्ट्स को एक्सेस कर सकते हैं। ओके, एट द सेम टाइम जैसे अभी हमारा अश्विनी मैम का लेक्चर चल रहा है। अश्विनी मैम ऑलरेडी हमारे साथ बहुत सारे लेक्चर्स ले चुके हैं। सो हमारे यहाँ पे शी इज वन ऑफ द पॉपुलर टीचर्स जिनके बारे में सब जानते हैं और जिनके लेक्चर्स सबको बहुत पसंद है। सो सेम चीज जो मैं आपको पढ़ा रही हूँ, अगर आप यूट्यूब से ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, सो सेम चीज आपको यहाँ पे भी मिल जाएगी। ओके, एट द सेम टाइम आप यहाँ पे नीचे आपको ऑक्टो वर्ल्ड करके दिख रहा है, स्टूडेंट वर्ल्ड करके। सो आप यहाँ स्टूडेंट वर्ल्ड पे जब जाएंगे तो यहाँ पे आपकी ये सारी क्लासेस है जिनके भी लेक्चर्स आपके आज होने वाले हैं। तो जब आप इसे ऐड टू कैलेंडर करेंगे तो ये जो अकेडमीज वाला सेक्शन है, यहाँ पे आपका ये कैलेंडर के अंदर ऐड हो जाएगा। सो ये कैलेंडर है, यहाँ पे आप जाएंगे, सो ये कैलेंडर के अंदर ऐड हो जाएगा इंग्लिश मास्टर क्लास। सो जब आप ज्वाइन नाउ करेंगे, सो आप डायरेक्टली ये जो क्लास है यहाँ पे आ जाएंगे एंड देन यू कैन ज्वाइन द क्लास। आपके जो भी डाउट्स हैं आप वो कमेंट्स में पूछ सकते हैं। आप अश्विनी मैम के साथ यहाँ कनेक्ट बटन से कनेक्ट हो सकते हैं। ओके, और फिर मैम अपनी आईडी के थ्रू जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन आपके साथ शेयर करेंगी वो भी सब आपको मिलता रहेगा। अलॉन्ग विद इट वी हैव वाउचर्स। अभी सबको पता चल गया है वाउचर्स क्या है, राइट? ये आप अपने रिवॉर्ड पॉइंट्स के थ्रू रिडीम कर सकते हैं ये वाउचर्स। और ये वाउचर्स आपके घर के आसपास वाले स्टोर्स के हैं, तो आप वहां पे जाके एक्स्ट्रा डिस्काउंट ले सकते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस। तो सब अपने मम्मा पापा को ऐसे और डिस्काउंटेड रेट में पिज्जाज और केक्स और ये सब खिलाना चाहते हैं, राइट? So make sure that you go and do that. Alongside we have lot of objective tests जिसके अंदर बहुत सारे important questions हैं जो specially आपके ही स्कूल के टीचर्स ने क्रिएट करे। So they are going to be a big use for you when it comes to exams, क्योंकि आप लोगों को खुद को एक आइडिया आ जाएगा कि किस तरीके के क्वेश्चंस आने वाले हैं और आप ज्यादा वेल प्रिपेयर्ड रहेंगे। उसके साथ साथ हमारे पास बहुत सारे स्किल बेस्ड कोर्सेज भी हैं जिनको भी आप यूटिलाइज कर सकते हैं। ऑन ऑल ऑफ देम कैन बी अवेल्ड थ्रू रिवॉर्ड पॉइंट्स। तो जरूरी नहीं है आप फिजिकल मनी डालें, आप रिवॉर्ड पॉइंट्स के थ्रू ये सारी चीजें अवेल कर सकते हैं। रिवॉर्ड पॉइंट्स क्या होते हैं वो देखने के लिए आपको ऑक्टोपॉड पे आना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? सो Then finally we come down to the category section. इसके अंदर बहुत सारी categories हैं. जिस भी category के अंदर आपको interest है, आप वो category select कर सकते हैं. और उस category के अंदर आप बहुत सारे feeds हैं जिसे आप access कर सकते हैं. वो सारी बहुत focused feeds हैं. तो आपको इधर उधर नहीं भागना पड़ेगा. You will find all of it at one place. ठीक है? And all of this content is for free. So make sure कि आप इसका full utilization करें. Right? And now that we already spent a little time on me being mute, I'll not take any further of your time. We have Ashwini ma'am with us. Ashwini ma'am has taken a lot of lectures with us. She's one of the best English teachers we have on our platform as of now. And I'll not take any more precious time of her or you kids. Ma'am, you can please take over. Over to you.
Thank you, Lakshita. And very good afternoon to all my dear students. How are you all? आप स्कूल सब लोग जाने लग चुके हैं और स्कूल के साथ साथ आप सभी का पढ़ना भी शुरू हो चुका है और अभी बेंचेस पे बैठ के ब्लैक बोर्ड के सामने टीचर के सामने बैठने का मजा वापस आ गया है. तो चलिए आज हम फिर से अपनी पढ़ाई शुरू करते हैं और आज हम पढ़ेंगे एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक. ओके, एंड दिस टॉपिक इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट एंड एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से तो देखे तो बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक है बिकॉज इट इंक्लूड्स एवरीथिंग लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल काइंड्स ऑफ सेंटेंसेस ऑल्सो and then transformation of sentences. Okay, so we are going to learn today transformation of sentences, and this is a kind of basic thing, and definitely you will have a chapter also of the same, and you will have the exercise also. And after this topic, when you learn it, this will be very easy for you. Okay, so let me share my link for all of you and let us understand this topic. Okay. Yes. So this is transformation of sentences. Now, what do you mean by transformation? Okay. Transformation means changing or converting the words or form of a sentence without changing its meaning or sense. Okay. Now see, in English, when you change a sentence from one type to another, from one to the other, we sometimes do not change the meaning of the sentence, the sense of the sentence. Okay, we speak it just differently, nothing else. So this is called as transformation or convert the sentence or change the sentence. Okay, and this transformation exercise you will have in your syllabus also, and this will be in your exam also. So be prepared for the exam and let us learn it one by one. Now, types of transformation. As see, we all know that there are few types of sentences. For example, declarative or assertive sentence, imperative sentence, interrogative sentence, exclamatory sentence, and negative sentence. Okay, so these are the types of sentences. Again, we can transform the sentence from using different conjunctions also. Okay, so in this way, we can transform the sentences, change the sentence from one to the other. Fine. Now see, you might be knowing how to change from interrogative to assertive or vice versa, exclamatory to assertive and vice versa, affirmative to negative and vice versa, and imperative to assertive sentences. Okay, so this can be in your, this may be in your syllabus, but how to use it through different conjunctions, and let us recall also this way of transforming the sentences. Fine. So let us go through one by one. First is using no sooner than. Okay. Now see, no sooner than is a kind of conjunction that we use to join the sentence. A sentence which shows two actions which immediately follow one another can be written with the use of no sooner than. You might be knowing as soon as. Okay. For example, when I say that as soon as possible you finish your work. So as soon as, that is also a conjunction. It is used to join the sentences. Okay, now see, when one action goes and immediately the other action follows the same action, we use no sooner or as soon as. Fine. As soon as he sensed danger, he fled. Now the example you might be, you can see from the screen that no sooner did he sense danger than he fled. Now the very conjunction adds than, THAN, than. Okay, no sooner. So no, whenever we use no sooner, let us have the structure of the sentence. Whenever we use no sooner, we use did, does, or do as per the tense of the sentence. Now, you definitely know that where do we use do or does? In present tenses. Okay, do or does is used. And in past tense, we use did as an auxiliary. Fine. So as soon as he sensed danger, he fled. That is a conjunction. But how to change the sentence without changing the meaning? That is called as transformation. So when we use no sooner here, we do not change the meaning of the sentence. Fine. As soon as he sensed, now sensed means felt. So it is in past tense. So definitely we'll use did here. He sensed, and when we use did, we use main form of the verb. So sensed का क्या हो जाएगा? Sense. Danger. Then to join two sentences, we add than, THAN. He fled. No sooner did he sense danger than he fled. The structure of the sentence is no sooner plus auxiliary verb. For example, as I told you, do, does, or did. उनमें से कोई भी एक auxiliary. Then subject. Subject means he, she, or कोई भी name भी हो सकता है. And plus main verb. And plus other words. Or you can say rest of the sentence. बीच में then आपको add करना पड़ेगा. So no sooner than is a complete conjunction. We use it with THAN, than, no sooner than. And when do we use it? With as soon as. Or sometimes when we have the same two different actions follow one another. Okay, at that time we use as soon as. As soon as, we use no sooner than also with that, and we do not change the meaning of the sentence. Okay, always remember, when you transform the sentence, you do not change the meaning or sense of the sentence. That means both the sentences have the same meaning, as soon as also and no sooner than also. Okay, so just remember this. Now second, for example, if an auxiliary present in the sentence, use the same. Look at the example. When he was presented with the trophy, he started crying. Now, was is already given here. So, no need to change did here. Okay. No need to change the was and use did. You have to use the same auxiliary. Look at the answer using no sooner. No sooner was he presented with a trophy, then he started crying. Look at the bold letters. The bold words are used as it is. Fine. As soon as they had eaten, they went out for a stroll. So same we have used here. No sooner had they eaten, than simply we have to add than between two sentences. They went out for a stroll. Rest of the sentence will remain the same. Okay. And no sooner is used in the beginning also. Sometimes it is used in the middle of the sentence also. Okay. But when one action follows the other action, we use as soon as or no sooner than. Fine. This is transforming sentence without changing the meaning of the sentence. Now, as I told you that we use do or does and did as an auxiliary. Okay. Now you know that do, does is present auxiliary and did is past auxiliary. As soon as the sun rose, they left for the journey. Now see, no sooner did, rose is past tense. So no sooner did the sun rise, rise is V1 form, okay? Then they left for the journey. So this is what we use here. Did is used, no sooner did, the sun, then subject, and then V1 form of the verb. Verb will change to V1 because we have already used did. Then is used in the middle of the sentence and the rest of the sentence will as it is. Okay, so this will be the first usage, using no sooner than. Now, use not only but also. This is the second way of transforming the sentence. Fine. Now, not only but also is used for two things. When we talk about two things, two persons, we use not only but also. And that is why it used with plural nouns, plural verbs. We can use and also, we can use as well as also for transforming the sentence. Okay, not only but also is also conjunction. And is also conjunction. As well as is also conjunction. So all these three can be used vice versa. Fine. That means you can use any of these three. And also, not only but also, and as well as. Now, let us have a look of some examples so that, through example, you can understand it very well. When there are two nouns in the subject position, we use and also or not only but also. For example, see, Radha and Sita are intelligent. And if this sentence is suppose given in your paper, now you are told that use not only but also or either or. What will you use? The correct answer would be not only but also, because there are two options given. See, two nouns given, Radha and Sita. So how will you use? Not only Radha but also Sita is intelligent. Okay, so in this way you will have to use it. Not only Radha but also Sita. Second example, when there are two adjectives, you can use. She had become very noisy and mischievous. Now, look at here. She had become not only very noisy, but also mischievous. So here, with joining two adjectives, we use not only and but also. Again, look at here, not only Radha, but also Sita are intelligent aayega isme. Okay, because here there are two nouns, that is why. And we mean the same. Okay, so there is here slightly printing mistake. There is are intelligent. She had become very noisy and mischievous. Second example, just look. She had become not only noisy, not only very noisy, very also you can use, you can remove also, but also mischievous. Okay, so this in this way you can use not only but also. This is used in different for transforming the sentences with when there are two nouns also, there are two adjectives also. Now nouns can be anything, things also, and persons also. I have taken examples of two persons, but if there is of two things, you can use also this. Fine. For example, when I say that iron and bronze are very costly. Okay. So how will you use it? Not only iron, but also bronze are very costly. Okay. So these things or metals. Okay. But only thing is that you are to look at here two nouns and two adjectives. And how will you use it? With two, just two, with two nouns and two adjectives. Okay, remaining sentence will be as it is. And when we use not only but also and as well as any one of it from it, we do not change the meaning of the sentence. Slightly we have changes of related to tenses also. Related to we can remove some words also if they are repeated. But all the most the sentence will have the same meaning. Okay. I think you are following that. And then third point is remove if or unless. Now when we remove if or unless is also conjunction. पहले तो ये समझ लो. Now unless means what? If not. Look at here. Unless means if not. That is called, that means unless. And this is a conditional clause. If you water the plants, they will not die. Fine, this is conditional. अगर आप पानी पिलाएंगे तो वो प्लांट को पानी डालेंगे तो वो मुरझा नहीं जाएंगे. ठीक है. तो अभी देखिए, if you water the plants, they will not die. The same sentence, if you want to use using unless, how will you use it? Unless means if not. So we do not want to change the meaning of the sentence when we use unless. How will you write down the sentence? Unless you water the plants, they will die. That means अगर आप पानी नहीं डालेंगे तो क्या होगा? प्लांट मुरझा जाएंगे. पहले का सेंटेंस क्या था? अगर आप पानी डालेंगे तो प्लांट मुरझा नहीं जाएंगे. Same sentence हुआ, but we have written using unless, and that is why we have removed not from the sentence, because we do not want to change the meaning of the sentence. Now look at here. These two sentences have the same meaning. They are of same meaning. If you water the plants, they will not die. The same sentence I can speak in this way also. Unless you water the plants, they will die. Fine. So this is magic of English language, that when you write the sentence differently without changing the meaning, this is what you can have in English only. Now see, if is also called as unless plus not also, as the same sentence. If you read, you will learn. Same sentence you can write down in this way also. Unless you read, you will not learn. अगर आप नहीं पढ़ोगे तो आप सीखोगे भी नहीं. पहला सेंटेंस का आंसर क्या हुआ? ट्रांसलेट क्या हुआ? अगर आप पढ़ोगे तो आप बहुत सीखोगे. यही सेंटेंस में ऐसे भी यूज कर सकती हूँ. अगर आप नहीं पढ़ोगे, रीड नहीं करोगे तो आप पढ़ोगे नहीं, तो आप कुछ भी सीखोगे नहीं. The same sentence I can write down different ways, with two using unless also and if not also, unless also and unless not also. Okay, so this is what if and unless. They are both conditional clauses. We use it in conditional sentences when there is no condition. If you water the plants, they will not die. This is if not. अभी हमको unless use करना है तो क्या करेंगे? Unless means if not. So we will use in this way. Unless you water the plants, they will die. Now if का मतलब unless not भी हो सकता है. So how will you write down? If you read, you will learn. Unless you read, you will not learn. अगर आप नहीं पढ़ोगे तो आप सीखोगे भी नहीं. Same sentences, we do not change the meaning. Now next point. Third sentence. If you keep fingering it, you will make your whole chin into one big spot. Now see, unless you keep fingering it, you want to make your whole chin into one big spot. This is what unless we have used. Unless not. Unless you keep fingering it, you want to make your whole chin into one big spot. Fine. So this is, we do not change the meaning of the sentence. Fourth one, if you are cold, do the same thing. Unless you are cold, डोंट डू द सेम थिंग. अगर आपको ठंड नहीं लग रही है तो आपको कुछ नहीं करना है. और थर्ड सेंटेंस का क्या होगा? इफ यू कीप फिंगरिंग इट यू विल मेक योर होल चीन इनटू वन बिग स्पॉट. अगर आप फिंगर से आपके चीन चीन पे ऐसे करेंगे, टैपिंग करेंगे, तो आपको आपको पूरा एक होल स्पॉट दिखाई देगा चीन पे, because the chin is just like, our chin is flabby, so you can have spot onto your chin if you keep fingering on it. Fine. If you through your finger, if you keep on tapping on your chin, there will be spot. Fine. So unless you keep fingering it, you won't make your whole chin into one big spot. Fine. So this is what we use it. Now the next one. Remove to. To remove to is also a kind of, you can say, a conjunction. To, T-O-O-2. Okay. We use it in case with so that. So that is also conjunction. To plus, how is the formation? Look at here. To plus adjective plus infinitive to is equal to so plus adjective plus that plus negation. Negation means negative sentence. Okay. Always remember that to is used here for making negative sentence. It denotes negation to here in a sentence. Fine. Look at the example and through which we can understand it very easily. The words are too difficult to understand. Now see, this sentence seems positive, but actually it is negative. And that is why, how do we convert it with using so that? Look at here. The words are so difficult that they can't be understood. Fine. Look at here. We have added not here, negative word not here. Why? Because when we change from to so that, we do not change the meaning of the sentence. And that is why we have used here negative not. As per the tense of the sentence, if the sentence is of past tense, you are to use could not. Okay, understood? Let us have another example. Her perfume is too strong to not be noticed. How will you use it? Her perfume is so strong. So then adjective strong, then that we remove to. हम टू को रिमूव करते हैं, टू को, और हम क्या ऐड कर रहे हैं? सो दैट. हर परफ्यूम इज सो स्ट्रॉन्ग दैट इट कैन बी इजीली और surely be noticed. Now see, in the first sentence we have not. So now here we will not add not. Why? Because when we add not, then the sentence will not have the same meaning. That is why. उसका परफ्यूम इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग है कि किसी को भी नोटिस ही नहीं आ रहा है. तो अभी सेम सेंटेंस को अगर हमको चेंज करना है तो कैसे करेंगे? उसका परफ्यूम इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग है कि वो इजीली नोटिस हो रहा है. ओके, टू नॉट बी नोटिस्ड. सो सेम सेंटेंस बट in a different way, without changing the meaning of the sentence. Her perfume is too strong to not be noticed. Not का मीनिंग यहाँ पे क्या है? Not का मीनिंग है नोटिस बहुत ही हो रहा है, सब लोग उसकी नोटिस कर रहे हैं. तो सेम सेंटेंस मुझे सो दैट के साथ यूज करना है तो कैसे करूंगी? Her perfume is so strong that it can be easily, surely लिख सकते हो, definitely भी लिख सकते हो, be noticed. सबको वो नोटिस आ रही है, क्योंकि to का मतलब है negation, and here we use not also, so both negation will be positive. तो फर्स्ट सेंटेंस का मीनिंग है हर परफ्यूम इज टू स्ट्रॉन्ग टू नॉट बी नोटिस, मतलब बहुत सारे उसका नोटिस कर रहे हैं. तो सेम सेंटेंस को हमने सो दैट के साथ यूज किया, ट्रांसफॉर्म किया without changing the meaning of the sentence. Are you following me? So these are the ways of transforming the sentences through which we can transform the one sentence from the other without changing the meaning of the sentence. Okay, there are certain conjunctions, or you can say, no, usages also. These conjunctions can be told as usages also, through which we can have the same sentence but in a different way without changing the meaning. Now the fifth one is interchanging interrogative to assertive and assertive to interrogative, vice versa. Fine. First, A is given here as assertive to interrogative. Okay. Assertive sentence, what is the formation of subject, then plus verb, then object, then preposition, then predicate, anything. Okay. Simple sentence is called as assertive sentence. When we change from assertive to interrogative, now let us recall your knowledge. How will we make interrogative sentences? With two ways. First is using WH question also. Second is using auxiliary verb. So both these I have written here. Look at here. First is WH word से शुरू होता है, then auxiliary verb, then subject, and then main verb, and then ... question mark. Fine. This would be the formation of interrogative sentence. Same way, interrogative sentence can be used with auxiliary verb. Do, does, did, was, were, have, has, had. Are you recalling? You just recall with me. Do, does, did, was, were, have, has, had, shall, will, should, can, could, modal auxiliaries also, is, am, are also. So these are the auxiliary verbs. For example, when I say that, are you recalling with me? So I have used here auxiliary verb and asked you a question using interrogative sentence. Now with WH questions से हम क्या करेंगे? What is your name? So this is also an interrogative sentence using WH question word. What do you want from this bag? So this is also interrogative sentence using WH question. Why are you late today? When will you join this class? So these are interrogative sentences. Okay. Now, how will you change from assertive to interrogative? Fine. They are very generous. They are very generous. Now, while changing from assertive to interrogative, use the question tag in the beginning. Now, just remember that question tag means a short form of interrogation. Aren't they very generous? You can use aren't they very generous? You can use in this way also. They are very generous. So you will use it in this way. Aren't they very generous? वो बहुत ही generous है. Generous means kind, helpful. So how will you use? वो बहुत ही generous नहीं है. So question tag is used and we do not change, remember, the meaning of the sentence also. See, look at the second example. Sam went home early today. Now this is simple past tense because went is used and went is V2 form of main verb go. So how will you use? Didn't Sam go home early today? Didn't Sam go home early today? So this is what we use when we change from assertive to interrogative. We change without changing the meaning. We convert it using question tag. This is one possibility. Okay, using question tag. Now, if you don't know the question tag, we'll definitely take it. But question tag means, let me tell you that short interrogation. And this short way of interrogation, there are rules of question tag. That if the sentence is positive, then question tag would be negative. If the question tag is negative, question tag would be, if the question is negative, question tag would be positive. Okay, so that is vice versa. If the sentence is positive, question tag is negative. If the question is negative, question tag will be negative. Okay. Aren't they? They are का क्या होगा? Aren't they? Because the sentence is positive. Sam went. So didn't Sam? Again, positive है तो tag would be negative. And जो sentence negative है तो tag would be positive. Okay. So this is in a short way I have made you understand about question tag. Now the second is, while changing these questions to assertive, change from affirmative to negative. This is also the second possibility. See, do you expect to pass without studying? There is a question here. Do you expect to pass without studying? आप कोई स्टडी के बिना पास होने की एक्सपेक्टेशन रखते हो? तो आंसर क्या होगा? You cannot expect to pass without studying. Now the same meaning hua, but there is a change in a sentence. When you convert from one to the other, from assertive sentence, always remember that questions to assertive will be having this rule, affirmative to negative. जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे बताया ना कि क्वेश्चन टैग वाला यूज करना है, जैसे हम assertive to interrogative में यूज कर रहे हैं, फॉर्म कर रहे हैं सेंटेंस को, तो क्वेश्चन टैग यूज करना पड़ेगा. दैट मीन्स assertive to interrogative में हमें क्वेश्चन टैग मतलब सेंटेंस अगर पॉजिटिव है तो नेगेटिव सेंटेंस बनाना पड़ेगा, नेगेटिव इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंस बनाना पड़ेगा. दोनों सेंटेंस नेगेटिव इंट्रोगेटिव है. लुक एट हियर. सेम वे सेकंड पॉसिबिलिटी में क्वेश्चंस टू असर्टिव, इंट्रोगेशन टू इंट्रोगेटिव टू असर्टिव सेंटेंस को चेंज करते वक्त हमें एफर्मेटिव टू नेगेटिव सेंटेंस करना पड़ेगा. डू यू एक्सपेक्ट टू पास विदाउट स्टडिंग, ये क्वेश्चन सेंटेंस है. हाउ विल यू चेंज फ्रॉम एफर्मेटिव टू नेगेटिव? You can't expect to pass without studying. Is this the way to behave? How will you change? This is not the way to behave. Okay, so this is second possibility. You have to change in this way, affirmative to negative. Okay, second is, then the sixth one, interchanging exclamatory sentences and vice versa. But before we go through that, let us have some example of interrogative to assertive. Now you might be knowing about interrogative sentences. Okay, so they are question sentences. For example, when I say that he is brave, this is affirmative sentence. He is brave. Look at my words, just listen me carefully. He is brave. How shall we change it? He is not without courage. Same sentence I have written differently. He is, I have spoken differently. He is brave. That means उसका मीनिंग क्या हुआ? वो बहादुर है. सेम सेंटेंस को मैं दूसरी तरह से कैसे बोल पाऊंगी? वो बिना हिम्मत वाला नहीं है. तो क्या होगा? He is not without courage. Are you following me? He is not without courage. So this is also the same. For example, when I say the razor is blunt, तो हम ये सेंटेंस ऐसे भी यूज कर सकते हैं. The razor is not blunt. Okay, the razor is not blunt. Simply using not. So this sentence has become negative sentence. Same sentence you can use when there is some words can be substituted to the other words. Okay, to make, and why do we substitute some words? Because we want to know the sentence in a better sense. You can use he is not brave. ऐसा आप use करोगे तो sentence he is brave जब आप बोल रहे हो, अगर आपको उसको नेगेटिव बनाना है तो आप ये नहीं यूज करोगे he is not brave. तो सेंटेंस का मीनिंग तो पूरा गलत हो गया. हम क्या यूज करेंगे? He is not without courage. He is not without courage. Are you following me? So in this way, you can have sentences. For example, when I say that, no one can surpass her speaking skills, spoken skills, or speaking skills. No one, none. No one means none. None can surpass her skills. No, let it be skills only. So how will you write down? If I want to use it interrogative, how will you use? Can anyone surpass her skills? अभी मुझे सेम सेंटेंस को इंट्रोगेटिव नेगेटिव में चेंज करना है तो क्या करेंगे? नो वन कैन सरपास हर स्किल्स, इसका मैं कैसे चेंज करूंगी? कांट एनीवन सरपास हर स्किल्स. कांट एनीवन सरपास हर स्किल्स मीनिंग क्या हुआ? नो वन कैन सरपास हर स्किल्स. ओके, फॉर एग्जांपल, लुक एट हियर. Can the day get any better? Can this day any better? Same interrogative sentence. If I want to make it assertive, how will I use? The day cannot get any better. Can the day get any better? क्या हुआ मीनिंग? इससे अच्छा कोई दिन हो सकता है? तो हम assertive बनाएंगे तो क्या करेंगे? हम affirmative to negative जाएंगे. The day cannot get any better. ये दिन इससे अच्छा हो ही नहीं सकता है. Means इससे अच्छा हो सकता है. When you transform the sentence, look at these rules. These small but very important rules are necessary to understand first, and then you change the sentence. Okay. So interrogative to assertive. First of all, you have to go to, in some sentences, affirmative to negative. And how will you use it? How will you make it? Without changing the meaning. So first of all, use the sentence, think on it, and then write down in your notebook. And then do the sentence. Remember, you are not to change the meaning of the sentence. आपको sentence का meaning change नहीं करना है. Only आप दूसरी तरीके से लिख रहे हैं. Okay. When you change from assertive to interrogative, simple rule is use question tag. And question tag मैंने आपको बताया कि अगर positive sentence है तो आपको negative question tag ऐड करना है, मतलब short interrogation. अगर negative sentence है तो आपको positive change करना है. अगर interrogative से assertive में change करना है तो कैसे करोगे? Follow the rule. Affirmative to negative. Okay. Let us have, do you expect to pass without studying? You can't expect to pass without studying. This is the same way of speaking. Is this the way to behave? Because see, we are changing from one type to the other type. And so remember, we are changing the kind also of the sentence, but the same kind is used without changing the meaning of the sentence. Interrogative is one type of sentence. Assertive is another type of sentence. So you change first of all the kind, and while changing the kind of sentence, we do not change the meaning because we are transforming the sentence. Okay, we are not simply right, but we are transforming the sentence. That is why. Do you expect to pass without studying? नहीं, हम expect नहीं कर सकते. तो क्या करोगे? You can't expect to pass without studying. Is this the way to behave? This is not the way to behave. This is same sentence, but used differently. Okay. So just you remember this. Fine. We end here, and definitely you have understood this. Okay. This topic is very much interesting and very much helpful to you all also. And this will make you learn so many other topics also, because see, question tag is also included here. Interrogative to assertive sentences are also included here. Affirmative sentences are also included here. So this one topic will open for you. There are certain other topics also along with it. So understand it very clearly and then remember it also. If you have any question, you can definitely ask me anytime and you can just write down in the chat section. Okay. Tomorrow we'll have the other way of transforming the sentence. Okay. Till then, have a nice time. Goodbye. Take care. Bye-bye.